Bird. Hi superstars, Mark Graham here. Thank you for joining me for my third balance masterclass. Today team, we're going to do some headstands, some elbow stands, and learn the basics of some headstands. But of course, first we'll start with a warm-up and then we'll get straight into it. So our warm-up today, make sure you've got lots of space, maybe also a glass of water nearby as well. Let's get started. So let's look to the left and to the right. Now team, as we're warming up today, just remember, if you need to, we can always pause your stream, the video, and go to the loo, go get some water, have a breather, all that kind of stuff. We end up moving through things quite quickly, looking up and down with that head. Alright, both thumbs up to the ceiling, drawing 4 circles forward, and 4 circles backwards. Open both those arms out, cross one arm, lock it, pull that arm across, stretching out our tricep. Let's go to the other side. Bring the arm across, lock it in, and pull that arm across. Remember team, over today's lesson or after, if you happen to be watching after the stream, feel free to ask any questions in the comments below. I'll make sure to keep an eye on that section and yeah, I can answer them for you. Twisting side to side, bending those knees. Alright team, we're going to stretch out our pecs. So what you want to do is go up to a wall, hand and elbow on, and you're going to twist the opposite shoulder away and you'll start to feel a nice stretch through your pecs. And then we'll go to the other side. Alright, now we're going to go back to our star shape. Stretch over to one side. Making sure your hand is just below the knee. Don't go down to your ankle. Over to the other. We'll do a groin stretch, so feet facing out, pushing down. You should have a straight line from your knees to your other knee. It's a really deep groin stretch. Great job team. To finish off our stretch today, we're going to reach up, reach forward, hands to the floor, bend the knees if you need to, so you can bend them just like this. Relax the head. Oh, I've disappeared. From here, walking out into the front support position that you all should be very familiar with. Pull that tummy in, bend the elbows, chest to the ground, stretching up through seal shape. Great. Let's just do one more stretch. I might have to re-angle this camera. Hi everyone. Yeah. So you'll be sitting in a butterfly position, so 2 feet together. Actually, let's stretch here as well. Push the knees down with the elbows, pushing the head forward for 10. Stretching out our glutes, maybe your hips as well. Alright, from here, the right leg, connected to where the left foot is, might need to nudge the left foot a little bit. Leaning back onto your elbows, and you push the right hip up to stretch out your hip flexor. Great, and we'll swap over to the other side. So if you need to reset back to butterfly, use that right leg, glue it still, left leg goes back. Pushing back, stretching out the hip flexor. If you're lucky, it's probably also stretching out your quad. And marvelous. Okay team, let's finish off with some spaghetti. Go the other way. Meatballs, and some cheese. Perfect, now there's a good chance to grab some water. Just going to rearrange our camera. Cool. Alright, superstars. Up next, we're going to do our handstand pyramid, the front support, the L position, and the wall handstand. Each exercise for 30 seconds. We're just going to go straight into it as it's our third lesson. Just make sure you're being nice and safe and really listening to the cues. Okay, team, so our first exercise is the front support for 30 seconds. So we're going to start in our cat shape position. Straight line from the shoulder to the hand, from the bum to the knee. That'll be my timer. So remember, team, you want to pull your tummy in, activate your TA, keep your bum where it is. Extend one leg out. We're starting in 3, 2, 1, and go. Pull that tummy in, shoulders forward. This is a great chance to warm up our hands, so squeeze those fingers, especially the index finger. That's 10 seconds, nice and easy. For an extra challenge, and add some pushing shoulders through. Nice calf stretch too, actually. 10 seconds to go. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work, everyone. Stretch out those wrists. Now we're going to start for our handstand, so you might need to move so you can put your feet on a couch. You might need to move a puff or a footstool or maybe a chest, whatever works well for you at your place. As you guys know, I use milk crates, but I really don't recommend using milk crates unless you're an experienced hand balancer. That's very hard. That's alright. Extra challenge. Okay, team, so once again, the L shape, you're going to have a straight line from the hand to the shoulder and from the shoulder to the bottom. I'm going to go for 30 seconds. Feel free to pause the video if you're not quite ready yet, otherwise we'll get straight into it. Feet up on the apparatus. Straight line, starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Pull those ribs in. That's 10 seconds. Squeeze those fingers. 15 seconds to go. Remember, you want to have your legs straight, your feet flexed, not pointed. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job, team. Whoop. And move these over to the side because we're going to use them again later. Although that's a bad place to put them. Cool. Grab some water, take out those wrists. Up next we're doing the wall handstand. Of course, remember the wall handstand, you need to think about your toes, your flexed feet are the only things that are touching the wall. Making sure the entire time pulling your tummy in and your quads away from the wall so you can be completely straight except that little part at the top where your feet are. Cool, check out those wrists. Going to re-angle my camera slightly so you guys can see better. Alright. Now this team, if you don't feel confident doing this, please don't. Also make sure you've got someone around just in case something goes wrong. So our wall handstand, remember, we are pushing those tummies in, okay? You want tummy to the wall, so you start with your back facing the wall. So set my timer out. Alright team, making your way up the wall. Walking those hands in. Time starts in 3, 2, 1. From here, we pull our tummies in, we flex our feet, squeeze those fingers. Make sure you're not pushing into the heels of your palms. That means don't push your chest to the shoulder, to the wall, and then have the weight in the very back part of your hands. You want to make sure your shoulders are over the knuckle area of the hands. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job, everyone. Maybe roll those shoulders back. You might be starting to feel a bit tight. Good chance now, of course, to stretch out the neck again. So pull, using the weight of the arm, the head to one side. It's a great stretch for the neck muscles. Nose to armpit. This isn't great for the nose, of course. We'll do the other side. Nose goes down. Both hands pulling down. Cool beans team, grab some water. Alright. Up next, superstars, we're going to re-angle this camera. We're going back to the L handstand because I'm going to show you a really nice drill that can help develop the balance of the handstands. It's kind of the focus for this next little section. It's all about the balance, okay team? So you need to have your L-shaped apparatus ready. I'm going to add a carpet on top of mine because it's not going to be awfully uncomfortable. So team, this next exercise, I'm going to re-angle you guys. Hoop, hop, hop. Essentially, superstars, in the L shape, right? What you're going to do is you're going to practice lifting one leg straight up into the air. Now this is a great chance to grab your phone and film yourself doing this exercise. And feel free to comment it in the section below the video. Unless you're under 18, then don't. Okay team? And the idea is you're going to hold 15 seconds with one leg up in the air, and then without coming down, unless you need to, holding up and holding the other leg up in the air for 15 seconds. Now look at my body posture. I know I'm not in the handstand, but you do want to make sure you're completely aligned from toes to hands. So if you're pushing into different parts of your body, you might end up in a much more awkward position. And you keep the ribs in, hips under, making sure you're not in the heel of your hand, because as you can see when I'm in the heel of my foot, I'm out of line. So that goes the same when I'm on my hands. Okay? 30 seconds here, 30 seconds here. Of course, I'll yell out 15 seconds, and you can come down at 15 seconds if you need to. Get those wrists ready. You've got 5 seconds to climb up. Alright, one leg goes up into the air. I'm going to have to start the timer first. And here we go, 15 seconds, one leg straight up in the air. Pulling the tummy in, keep the shoulders over the hands. That's 10 seconds. That's 15 seconds, come down if you need to. Otherwise, let's go for the full 30. Are you arching your leg back? Are you dished forwards? Try and get that leg straight up in the air. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, so team, now to swap over to the other side. So put that leg back on the box. Putting the other leg up in the air. Time starts now. So flexed, foot on the box. One leg straight up in the air. Head between the arms, squeezing the fingers. That's 10. Well, we've been up for a long time now, haven't we? That's 15 seconds. If you need to come down, you can come down. You've got 10 seconds to go for 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming down. Woo! Nice work, team. That was a hard one. But really good to start to get your body awareness active. Okay, team? Stretch out those shoulders, stretch out the wrists. If you're feeling tight to the pecs, go back over to the wall. Stretch out those pecs. We're going to have a breather now, and we're going to move on to another balance exercise, which is going to be a really fun. Cool. Yeah, I kind of want everyone to have a bit of a breather, so we might just fill the time somehow. I can know how we can fill the time. Look what I did during the week. I made candles. This, believe it or not, is a Fruit Loop candle. Still need to trim the wick, but really super fun to do at home, and considering the financial status of the world right now, a super cheap but lovely Christmas present. Okay, anyway, that was almost like a weird commercial. Let's pack away our L-shaped items. We're going to be doing a wall handstand. I'm going to show you guys first, so don't copy me at the start. And I'm going to try and re-angle the camera just a bit better for people, although realistically, it's probably the best you're going to get. So team, with this exercise, we're going up into the wall handstand with our flexed feet, and then you're going to point both toes and see if you can balance. Now, if that's too much, feel free to swap over and just do flex one foot, point the other foot, just to get used to the position. But yeah, point both those toes. If you feel yourself start to fall away from the wall, flex those toes again, get those toes back to the wall. Okay team, now let me stress, if you don't feel like you're ready for this, if you get up there and you realise, oh, this might be a bit harder than I thought it was, please just do a normal handstand wall hold. Don't start playing away with moving those feet away from the wall. You need to make sure that you're super safe, okay? So I'll show you very quickly. So from my handstand against the wall position, I can either point one foot and just balance one foot up in the air and swap over after 10 seconds, or you can try and get both feet pointed. If you start to fall forward, you can rest back up on the wall. Okay? So, it's just flex the feet, point one or point two. It's up to you. Alright, crew. We are going to do that twice, for 15 seconds each. Might just count in my head. You don't have to do it twice. Feel free to watch the first one if you want to. And yeah, good luck everyone. So, let's do it. Feet up onto the wall. Make sure your shoulders are forward, squeeze those fingers and point those toes for 15 seconds. Feel free to flex and place them back on the wall every single time you start to feel uncomfortable or you're about to fall. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job team, coming down. To be honest, I kind of just guesstimated that timing. Hopefully it was around 15 seconds. Have a breather. And then we're going to move on to another one. Another 15-second hold, that is. Alright, let's do it. So, once again, it's your choice what you do. Feel free, if you're feeling exhausted or this isn't right for you, to stop. But, let's get right into it. Hands on the floor, feet in the air, walking up and in. Pointing those toes for 15. 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Alright team, good job. Grab some water, roll out those shoulders. I'm going to stretch out my pecs, particularly tight at the moment. Oh. We're going to move on to our elbow stands. So we'll give those wrists a bit of a rest before we do our headstands. Just going to double check our time. How are we going? Sorry team, that was really violent. Okay, so superstar time with our elbow stand. You've either got hands flat or grabbing. Grabbing is a bit easier when you start out first. You want to make sure you have a triangle from the hands to the elbows. Yeah? You also need to make sure you're not arching up into your elbow stand. You want to get your bum up and over your head from the very start. A split or a straddle will be a lot easier than a straight position. So, let me just show you that arching entrance, which looks like this. See how my bum isn't moving? You want to make sure that you're getting up and bottom up and over your body. Okay team? So, let's try 2 different splits and a straddle to see which one you prefer. Of course, any kind of balance training, you guys, you'll need to take away what you learn here because we'll do it very briefly. It's a very short class and do it in your own practice. So, hands in front. Kicking up to a splits if you can. Making sure you pull your tummy in, bum over the head. If you fall over, that's fine. And coming down. One thing, by the way, team, watch me for a moment. When I kick up into my elbow stand, if I think I'm going to fall over in the direction I don't want to, I can get this leg and pull it down to the ground, and it can force me out safely. Let's do the other leg this time in your split, so the opposite leg will move up in the air first. So once again, make sure you have that nice triangle. Hands flat, chin over the hands. We're going to try and get the bum up and over into our elbow stand. Try and hold for as long as you can for 3, 2, and 1. Relaxing team. Cool. So if the splits handstand isn't so easy for you, you could also try a straddle or a star shape. Straddle, of course, would be trying to get your legs in a straight alignment. A star shape in a V shape. It's a bit easier than having a legs together shape. I might change my angle for everyone. So, to do the straddle entrance, all you need to think about, having your legs apart in like a downward dog with wide legs. From here, I would grip my hands for a straddle, bend your knees, jumping straight up and trying to hold that position, yeah? So I'll go again, I bend my knees, and I jump, and I hold. Of course, you could try and go up into a star instead, if you want to. Also, I think I'd like to you guys, go flat hands if you're not so confident with the elbow stands. Give those a go, try and do 3 for at least 20 seconds. Sorry, 3 for at least 10 seconds. Yeah, the flat hands is much easier. Remember, it's still all about getting the bum up and over the head. Yeah, you don't want to be arched up. So keep trying with maybe 5 more. It's a bit funny, just me sitting here hoping that you guys are doing it. Keep those hands flat. Think about using the elbows and the hands as well. I'll do one more, you guys do as well. Great. Alright team, grab some water. We've got one more little section to go and we'll call it done for the day. Okay, so up next we're going to be doing the headstand. Should catch my breath. We're going to be doing the headstand. Now with the headstand, I'm on a tiled floor, so I'm going to be using a very thin pillow. If you're on a tiled floor, I recommend you do the same, okay? I have to re-angle the camera. Okay. So superstars, with the headstand, you essentially need to be a tripod, okay? Your feet in the headstand are your head and your 2 hands. It's the same thing with the elbow stand. You want to have a triangle energy. So your head and 2 hands have to be almost an equilateral triangle, okay? So it should be shoulder width between your hands this way, and then something similar going up as well. Okay team, we're not going straight up all the way into a headstand, we're going into a very basic knee headstand. So watching, not doing. So, with my placement, I'm going hands shoulder apart in my cat position, and then from my hands, I'm trying to pick a point where the triangle would meet at the very top of the pyramid, and I'm trying to aim for my head to get there. I like the top of my head to be in the headstand, not the crown, so the top of my head. I'm going to straighten my legs and just feel this position. If this is too much, stop here. If this is really good, stay here and just see how you go with that feeling. If you like an extra step, what you do is put, I'll go the other side first, is you're going to put one elbow up nice and high on your tricep, and try and lift the other leg up as well. And just balance in this nice, cute little bug tuck headstand and knee stand. Okay team, now look at my arms. I have a straight line from my hand to my elbows hopefully, and a straight line from my elbows to my knee, to my shoulders. Okay team, so give that a go. Feel free to comment or post any images of your headstands below. Yeah, I'll guide you through. So if you just want to stop in the downward dog position, that's a great way to build up the strength in your neck. Otherwise, putting one elbow on, squeezing those fingers, make sure you're pushing into your hands. Make sure you get your bum over your head. Stop for a second, look at me. From here, I'm actually pushing my bum by pointing my foot, my bum higher, so I can then get my elbows onto my shoulders. If your bum is still back over here, there's going to be way too much weight, and you're not going to be able to get up. You need to get your bum up nice and high. Okay? Woo! Alright team, give that a go. Try to hold for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, whatever works for you. Pause the video if you want to spend more time here. Yeah, making sure once again, go for it guys, make sure you're doing it. You've got your bum over your head. In any balance, if your core isn't aligned, it becomes extremely hard to hold unless you're incredibly strong. I'm going to do another one. So I've got my triangle, my head on the floor, I lift my bottom up, one knee on and other knee on for 10. Cool. Now team, if you're raring to go and try harder headstand positions, I recommend you make sure you can do at least 10 seconds of a nice, still, strong hold in headstand in that knee tuck position before you try and do anything else. Superstars, I think we're almost about to wrap up. I'll just double check the old lesson plan. Yeah team, that's essentially it for today. We're just going to stretch out our necks one more time because we've used them quite a bit today, so rolling side to side. So they head at neutral, look left to right. Stretch out those traps. Push over to the other side. Do some shaking out of the wrist. Some dolphin dives. Some jellyfish. Cool. Alright team, that's it for me. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's an absolute pleasure to be sharing the balance crafts with all you guys next week. Once again, Friday 4 p.m. See you all there. Bye everyone.